Welcome everyone to the Children's Health Star Center in Valley Ranch. I'm Dawson Miller and I'll be leading you through tonight's game between your UNT Mean Green and the Mizzou Tigers. Last weekend UNT had some time off to practice and prepare as they got shut down against DBU 2 weeks ago. The 9-1 loss on game 1 and a 12-2 loss on game 2. Some of the top players to look out for both teams tonight are Eric Eaton for UNT, who leads the team in points and has been a structured player for the team, along with Joey Demers and Lucas Snetsinger, who lead the team as well offensively down low. For Mizzou last season, their top players consisted of the Castine brothers of Henry and Jacob, who led the team with 28 points in 22 games. For Henry and Jacob had 22 points in 22 games. We'll see what all these players can produce for their teams tonight as we drop the puck. Snetsinger's line out there with Eaton and Rudine on the wing. As it is down low, Reed is there. Mizzou has it. Number 24 for Mizzou, Estes. Estes will walk down the blue line and take a shot. Hits wide off Parker. Estes again with a shot. Here's Kruger. Kruger will try to find an open man. He just flips it up for Eaton. Eaton trying to win the foot race. He does in the corner. Eaton putting the puck down low. And Mizzou will lead it out as Estes will dump it down and rim it around. Bailey's there. Bailey trying to find Lafferty, and it's intercepted by Mizzou. Kruger finds Lafferty, and they will start it back up. Demers one-on-one. Demers with a shot, and it's still down low. And Lafferty again with a shot. And Mizzou's still trying to get it out, and Wright Perry with the shot. And number 22 for Mizzou, Carrier, will lead it out. Wright Perry finds Lafferty, trying to find Demers on the possible breakaway attempt. Demers again move around the blue line, finds Lafferty. Demers loses it, and it goes back to McLeod, who will dump it deep and regroup for Mizzou. And Wright Perry will calm it down, hit it off the boards for Lamb. Trying to find Rutledge. And they'll battle along the goal line, Rutledge and Carrier for Mizzou. Mizzou's still trying to get it out. They do. Leading the charge is number 7, Gast, who tries to make a move around Wright Perry. They still battle for along the corner. Try to dish it out front. Rutledge is there, and he will chip it along the boards, and they will make a wholesale line change. Very back and forth game so far, only a few minutes in the game if you're just tuning in, as both teams battle on the corner, and Mizzou will find their open man with Caston, who led the team in points last season with 28 points in 22 games. As here is number 10 for Mizzou, Caston, and here's Cunningham. Cunningham trying to make a move. He does successfully down low. Tries to find Hooker. And Mizzou will lead it out, and they'll take a shot on Parker, and it deflects out of play. That was the first whistle so far, as we are 16:32 in the first. This has been very back and forth with shots for both teams as face-off in the UNT defensive zone. Mizzou takes a shot down low in the corner. Reed's there. Cunningham trying to find Gerfinkel. Gerfinkel. And it's dumped deep, and Reed's there. He'll try to calm it down and find right parry. He does. And UNT will try to lead it up. Gerfinkel trying to find Eaton on the possible breakaway attempt. And Mizzou will just dump it deep and try to start something within the corner as Reed is down low down there. It goes back to Gerfinkel. He'll chip it on the boards for Snetzinger. He gets hit off by number 8 for Mizzou, Gast. Reed will gain possession and just flip it towards trying to find Rudine, who loses the foot race, but their defenseman lost their feet. Here's Eaton. Eaton trying to produce some offense. Eaton with a shot, and it's hits a stick and deflects out of play. 4 shots on both sides so far. A lot of offense and produced by both these offensive teams, with Lafferty's line out there with Bailey and Demers. Lafferty will lose the draw to Mizzou. Here comes number 24 for Mizzou. And down low with a shot on Parker. Mizzou trying to find the rebound. They'll cycle it down low as McLeod's there with the great defensive pressure and find their point man with number 22, the big man for Mizzou, Carrier. And a face-off in the UNT defensive zone with a little bit of line change for UNT, with Lafferty confused about that going off, and Snetzinger on the draw now. And the ref is signaling that he has to stay on the ice. And Snetzinger will win the draw, and Reed will chip it up for Lafferty, trying to win the foot race. And Mizzou tries to get it out of their zone. They do. Who's Carrier? Carrier will chip it out. And another shot on net on Parker. Their player is tripped up. Great defensive pressure by Ian on the point, trying to find his man. Kruger will try to chip it out, and Mizzou still keeps it in. Here's Snetzinger, one-on-one with Carrier. Snetzinger with the shot. Save on that, so Kruger will try to keep it in. Is he again trying to lead it up? Kruger with a shot, and another save for Dobbs, Jack Dobbs for Mizzou. And a face-off in the Mizzou Tigers defensive zone. Both teams with chances so far, and still trying to find the back of the net, with Rutledge on the draw, with Lamb on the wing. Leading it for Mizzou is number 7, Gast. Gast with a move around right. Perry Gast with a shot, hits the glass, trying to find the rebound, and the net goes out off its moorings as Parker slid a little bit too fast, and the net went with him. Gast with a great chance on that, but good one-on-one coverage for right Perry. As Mizzou trying to start up some offense down low. Here's Venable. Venable will wrap it around, and UNT still can't get it out, as right Perry will try to start some, and he wraps it around. And Lamb was trying to chip it out, as Parker will glove down that shot, and we'll have another face-off with line changes for both teams. Every start that Parker has had, he has been very stellar with, as tonight he's made some killer saves and shown up at the start as Lafferty will win it back down low. Mizzou with another shot as Parker is down, and Reed will wrap it around for Bailey, who loses it back to Reed, and Kruger will calm it down. He chips it forward for Demers with no icing on the play. Down low in the corner, Demers almost loses the puck, but still has possession of it. Tries to find Bailey. Bailey trying to find Reed, but that is picked off by Kruzga for Mizzou. And Demers will chip it forward for Bailey. We'll see if he can win the foot race. No icing as he's down low behind the goal line. Bailey with a shot on Dobbs, and no success there as number 10 for Mizzou, Casting, will lead it up. And Cunningham's there to interrupt that. It's a battle along as Casting trying to find his open man in front of Parker. And Cunningham will get it out, and Mizzou will regroup as they take another shot on Parker. Conroy. Another shot, and that's scored by Mizzou, number 14, Goddard, who little backdoor play on Parker. I don't think Parker saw that initial shot, and it just kind of trickled in, as now it's a 1-0 game, 11:43 in the first period. Both teams have been very offensive, but the Tigers will get the first one of the day, as we'll see if UNT can snap back and get something on the board for themselves. As Wright Perry will try to start something up, finds his partner McLeod. Still can't get it out as Snetsinger and Regina down there. As UNT still having trouble with it, is in the corner, McLeod and Goddard, who just had the goal for the Tigers. Ian battle along, trying to find possession of it. Here's Radine. Radine with a shot. Saved by Dobbs. As Ian still having possession of it. Finds Radine again. Radine with a shot. And has an easy glove save for Dobbs, who's been pretty stellar so far for the Tigers, as line changes for both teams. And we'll see if Rutledge's line can produce some offense and get the Mean Green on the board, as down low is Rutledge and Lamb. It comes out of the zone and Reed's there to find Rutledge. Rutledge finds his man. Down low, they'll battle for it along the Mizzou Tigers bench, and cross-ice pass, and Mizzou will dump it deep. So far in the first, they've been just dumping it deep and trying to produce offense from winning battles down low, as number 2 for Mizzou takes a shot. And another shot by Carrier. They still have possession. Another shot by Carrier and a glove save by Parker. Quick one on that. That was a bullet of a one-time shot by Carrier. And UNT will get a quick line change in as see what Eaton's line with Snetsinger and Demers, who's some of the top producers offensively for the Mean Green in the past games. Kruger tries to chip it out. He'll find Demers, possible 2-on-1. Demers and Eaton. Demers finds Ian. Ian finds Snetsinger. Snetsinger shoots, score! Lucas Snetsinger. What a play. Kruger with the chip up. A 2-on-1, a little back pass by Eaton to Snetsinger. And UNT is on the board. That was a great chemistry play by the three players on the line with Eaton, Demers, and Stetzinger. And Dobbs didn't see that one, and now it's a 1-1 game with 9:52 left in the first. And now the momentum is on UNT side after that one. So that was a beautiful setup play by the guys out there now as DeBurs tries to find Stetzinger again with the tip on Dobbs. And seeing if Stetzinger can maybe get another one on the board. As these three players always try to produce some offense every time they're on the ice. Stetzinger will kind of tie up the draw, and here's Gast from Mizzou. Gast trying to make a move around McLeod, unsuccessful, and they'll chip it out. Ian on his man with Carroll. Carroll spins off. Ian finds Demers. Demers with a shot, and Dobbs with the chest save. And we'll get wholesale line changes for both teams. The past 3 minutes has been all UNT on Dobbs, especially after Stetzinger's goal. Down low, here's Bailey. Bailey with a shot on Dobbs, trying to do a little wraparound attempt there, a little spin move. And we'll get a face-off in the exact same spot. Actually, we'll go to the left of that with Lafferty on the draw. He'll win it to Wright Perry, who just tries to chip it out. And here comes number 12 for Mizzou, Kruska. Kruska tries to make a move around Reed. He does. Tries to take a shot, and it hits the glass and goes wide. Down low, Kruska trying to find someone in the slot. No one's there. They'll still have possession of it as Castine and Kruska will play back and forth. Castine trying to make a move as Bailey finds Verdine. And Mizzou still luckily keeps it in. And Reed will just wrap it around and try to find Verdine down low. Mizzou doing a good job of keeping the puck in and gaining possession as Lafferty interrupts this pass. Lafferty tries to make a move and loses possession of the puck, and it's chipped down for McLeod. He'll lose it to number 8, Gast, for Mizzou. Gast makes a move and loses his feet as Lamb, or Venable, will lead it up. Down low, Venable will chip it forward for Gerfinkel. Gerfinkel down low with Carrier. As Mizzou will carry it up and trying to find something on Parker as that's interrupted by McLeod. They take another shot. Venable's there. They'll chip it forward for Gerfinkel. They'll skate it up and find Hooker, as Hooker just had 2 guys on him and just dumps it deep as they make a line change and get fresh guys out there. Lamb trying to do a little 2-on-1 there with Rutledge, as Reed and Kruger will calm it down, and the Mean Green will try to set it up as that is halted by number 22, Carrier, for Mizzou, as a good hit on there by UNT as Lamb will lead it up. Lamb with a shot. Dobbs with the right pad save on that one. Castine with a shot. It will go wide, and Demers, possible 1-on-1 forming. Now a 2-on-2 with Kruger. Kruger trying to find Demers. Demers with a shot. Scored! UNT goal, Joey Demers. little back and forth with the defenseman Kruger, and Demers will be on the goal sheet tonight after producing some offense on Snetsinger's goal. Now he has his own. A great little shot glove side by Demers after Dobbs couldn't see that one. And now it's a 2-1 game with 6:11 left in the first. As Mizzou has had chances since their goal, but UNT has been the one producing the stats on the board with Snetsinger's line out there. They've been producing a lot of offense. Demers tries Ian. Ian with a shot. Another little glove save by Dobbs. Is Snetsinger trying to find Ian down low behind the net. Ian trying to find Demers. Every time this line is out there, they try to find some way to produce some offense down low. As Ian trying to find Rudine. See if they can keep it in. They don't, as it's chipped out by Mizzou, and McLeod and Wright Perry will chip it out. Here's Rudine. Goes forward with it with Eaton, but that's interrupted. And Gast will find his man and skid it up for Mizzou. He'll make a move around Lafferty. Another shot. And a save by Parker. He's down on his back as Gast will, top of the circle, try to take a shot. He whiffs on that as he makes a hit on Wright Perry. McLeod will just try to hit it off the glass and cancel this offensive drive for Mizzou, as they've done a good job keeping it in so far tonight. As it finally comes out with McLeod leading the charge, trying to find Bailey. And Lafferty down there. Venable will keep it on the far side point and rim it around, as UNT still does a good job of keeping it in, as Bailey's there. And number 9 for Mizzou will chip it out, as down the corner with it is McLeod and Conroy. McLeod will chip around the boards, and now Venable will wait around behind the net and try to find his man. He's trying to find Rutledge. I don't think the communication was there, as an icing is on the play. So now a face-off back in the mean green defensive zone. This period has been all offense for both teams, as Parker and Dobbs have had a lot of shots to face and a lot of chances, as Mizzou will try to keep this in. They battle along above the top of the circle, as Lamb will lead it up. Lamb try to make a move around Carrier, the big guy for Mizzou. Carrier with a shot, and a quick glove stop for Parker. Both teams trying to include their defensemen on these rushes, as Kruger was a key component on Demers' goal. It's a little back and forth action on that, as Mizzou will chip it along. Behind the net is number 14, as Gast trying to find his man. Kruger will go behind his net and find Cunningham. Cunningham will dump it deep, and he couldn't go past the red line, as now it's another icing and a face-off back in the defensive zone. With 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first period. as Mizzou will win it back. Here's Gerfinkel. Gerfinkel will lose it to number 31, Driscoll. And referee will whistle that down. I believe that was a delayed offsides on UNT. A little bit of miscommunication there, and a face-off back in the neutral zone in front of the Mizzou bench. Snetzinger will win it back, and Reed's there, finds Eaton, finds Snetzinger again. Snetzinger has the first goal for UNT after a little tic-tac-toe with him and Eaton. As down low behind the goal line is Ian. Ian patient with it, trying to find the open guy. He feeds it out front, but that is interrupted. As Driscoll will try to find Castine. That's interrupted by Demers. Demers finds Ian. Ian with a shot. Saved by Dobbs. Snetzinger in front of Dobbs, trying to find that rebound. And interrupted again by Demers. Demers trying to find Ian. Puck is still loose, and it's finally whistled down by the officials as Dobbs couldn't find it. A lot of chances there for the Eaton line, who has the only 2 goals for UNT Mean Green. As Lafferty's line is now out there. He'll lose the draw to Carroll. Carroll will lead it up. He'll find Gast. Gast will try to find Carroll again in the corner. Carroll finds Gast, and that's interrupted. And a face whistle by the officials. The net came off its moorings again. And we'll restart with the face-off on the near side of the face-off dot as Lafferty will lose a draw against Carroll. Gast with a shot, and that's deflected out of play by Wright Perry. And a line change defensively for UNT with Venable and Kruger coming out, and now a wholesale line change for UNT with UNT trying to maybe produce some last-minute offense with Snetzinger's line out there. And Snetzinger wins the draw against Carroll. Kruger trying to find Eaton. That was a possible little breakaway attempt on that little communication play there as Kruger will lead it up and skate it forward. Kruger with a shot. He goes slightly wide off Dobbs. And along the corner is Demers and his man battling for it. And Gast comes out with it, and Carroll will dump it deep as Carroll takes another shot, blocked by Eaton. Eaton finds Demers, one-on-one. Makes another move. Demers with a shot. Referee has his arm up as Eaton tries to find Snetzinger. And the referee will blow it down, and we'll see what the call is. I'm guessing there wasn't a penalty, but the referee did have his arm up for some reason. I think that is why the UNT coach is discussing that, with now a face-off with Rutledge out there with Castine. Castine trying to find his man with Tip it deep for Mizzou and reads down low in the corner. Rutledge comes out top, and that's interrupted by Castine. Another shot. Parker with the quick left and right save on that one. Carroll will get a last-minute shot as the buzzer goes off, and that is the end of the first period, a 2-1 game with UNT leading. 16 shots for UNT in the first and 17 shots for the Mizzou Tigers, as Eaton's line produced a ton of offense with Snetsinger's first goal with the tic-tac-toe with Kruger and Eaton and Snetzinger. And then the second goal on Demers' glove side finish. And the lone goal for Mizzou on Gaskell. So we'll see what both teams can do in the second period, as this is UNT Hockey on YouTube. Welcome back to the Children's Health Star Center in Valley Ranch in Irving, Texas. I'm Dawson Miller, and I'll be leading you through the second period of action between your UNT Mean Green and the Mizzou Tigers. It was a close back and forth game in the first period as UNT came out top with a 2-1 lead off Snetzinger's first goal and a second goal by Demers, which was a quick glove side snipe on Mizzou's goalie Jack Dobbs. Mizzou's lone goal was by number 7 Austin Gast, who was producing a lot of offense but couldn't really bury another one. As we'll see what both teams can do and see if the momentum will still be on UNT's side, as they were really on top at the end of the first with a ton of chances, as the shots have been about equal apiece with 16 shots for your UNT Mean Green and 17 shots for the Mizzou Tigers. We'll start off with the prominent line of Snetzinger, Eaton, and Demers, along with Mizzou's line out there. And here's Ian. Ian with a shot scored. UNT goal right off the dot. A little snipe on Dobbs right off the draw. And Ian did that all himself. Shot on top of the circle. Only about a few seconds in the second period, as I think that goal got Dobbs' attention. I don't even think he was ready for anything like that to happen, but Ian's on the board, as now that whole line out there for UNT has a goal tonight with Snetzinger and Demers in the first. As here's Castine trying to find his open man on front of Parker, and Mizzou will still have possession of it. As here's number 31 for Mizzou, Driscoll, and Ian with his feet. Ian 2-on-1 with Demers. Ian trying to find Demers, and that was a crazy play by Eric Ian, trying to kick it towards Demers with no stick. And the fact that he had the puck for that long without even having a hockey stick in his hands. So far, all UNT with Rutledge out there, Damon and Lamb on the wings, along with Gast, Austin Gast, as his brother Cole Gast is also on the team, along with the Castine brothers. A lot of brothers and different same names for the Mizzou Tigers. As referee will toss Rutledge, as Lamb will go in with it with Gast. Lamb ties it up, as wins it back to Rutledge. Rutledge with a shot. Pad saved by Dobbs. Right, Perry again with a shot. That's a quick save by Dobbs. As Lamb trying to find maybe McLeod on the point, as here comes number 6 for Mizzou, Eplin. Try to find Gast, and McLeod comes out top. He'll chip it forward for Gerfinkel. Gerfinkel spikes it forward, and here is Carrier for Mizzou, trying to find his open man of number 13, Rom, as UNT has possession, and will try to start something with it, as Wright Perry just wraps it around, and Rutledge will try to skate it free, and here comes Lamb. And Mizzou will rim it around, and Kruger's there on the red line to just dump it deep, and line change for everyone, as Castine trying to chip it forward, and Bailey's there. Bailey finding Hooker. That's interrupted by Castine as Kruger finds Lafferty, and he'll deflect it deep. Bailey trying to win the foot race against his man as Castine looking for number 16 for Mizzou. His brother Castine as well. As Lafferty in the corner, that's interrupted by number 2 for Mizzou Pro. Another shot, glove saved by Parker off a little quick shot by Kruska. And 20 shots so far for Mizzou, who are having quite a bit of chances but can't seem to capitalize and just get the puck in the net. As every good chance UNT has, they've been able to make the most out of it. As Mizzou scores right off the draw, I don't think Parker even saw that, as that is number 12 for Mizzou, Kruska, who just kind of did a little chip towards Parker, and it just kind of trickled in, as that is his first of the game. I think Parker wasn't even expecting anything like that to happen, and now they'll just start it back up. Now it's a 3-2 hockey game. So we'll see what Snetsinger's line can do. It's a 2-on-1. Ian, now a 2-on-2 will get hit off by Castine. Kruska, who just got the odd goal for Mizzou, finds his man of number 16, Austin Castine. As they battle along, and Castine finds Kruska trying to find another chance, and I believe the net comes off, and they'll do another face-off in the UNT defensive zone as wholesale line changes for both teams. With Hooker down there, with Gerfinkel and Cunningham on the wings, as Wright Perry trying to find Cunningham on the wraparound attempt, and Carrier will dump it deep for his team as Cunningham is down on the ice, in center ice, as I think something happened to him after he and Carrier were jostling around, as he's getting escorted off the ice by Rutledge. No penalty seems to be on the play, as I think it was already, I don't think any of the referees even noticed it, as the puck was already deep before Cunningham hit the ice. And he'll try to shake that one off for UNT. Another face-off in the mean green defensive zone. Wright Perry trying to chip it forward, and Carrier can't keep that in. Here is number 2 for Mizzou, Cassiopo. And Kruger for UNT will cross ice and find Gerfinkel. Gerfinkel, some one-on-one action with Carrier. Carrier will wheel it up. Goes around everyone as he is one-on-one against Kruger. He'll battle along below the goal line as Kruger comes out with the puck, and another shot by Cassiopo. And Mizzou will regroup, and Cassiopo will lead it up for Mizzou, who try to make a move around Kruger. Kruger with a little good defensive play there without drawing a penalty for his squad, as a delayed offsides, and Kruger and Wright Perry will try to get it out, as Mizzou will intercept and try to do the same, as here comes number 24 for
Mizzou. Estes will go around the whole net and trying to find his open man of number 28, Eplin. As down low, Cunningham battle along with Castine. And Mizzou will just chip it out, and number 23, Jura, will carry it up. Cunningham trying to find Rutledge. And now number 24, Estes, against Venable. Estes still has possession of the puck and will leave it for his man as number 5 for Mizzou can't get a shot off with Morris. Another shot and a quick little glove grab for Parker off the shot from Hazelton. And line changes for both teams with 14:03 in the second period. Both teams with goals in the second so far, with Ian getting on the board, and as well as Kruska, as the momentum has been on both sides in this period. We'll see what Lafferty's line can do as a faceoff is won by Mizzou, and Dobbs will pass along his guy as that is number 31 for Mizzou, Driscoll. As Gast on the point, he'll rim it around and couldn't find. Venable will sludge it forward for Rudine. Still can't get it out. As Gas makes room around McLeod. Gas with a shot. Another glove pad saved by Parker as they finally get it out with Rudine and Bailey. Bailey can't get the whole control of the puck, and it's back with it is number 14, Goddard, who will just backhand chip it, and Reed will calm down and see what he can do as he finds McLeod, who has pressure from Castine. He'll find number 16 for Mizzou, Castine, as Bailey trying to find Ian, as now Castine, he takes a shot, little stick save by Parker, another chance, and that's sticked away as Kruska was trying to find his man as Ian makes him around Carrier, finds Demers. Demers will run into the net, trying to find a little chance on Dobbs, but the net will come off and a face-off back in the Mizzou defensive zone. A great little chance by Ian, who has been very well known tonight with a goal on the board and I believe 2 assists as well. As Snetsinger and Castine on the draw. And Castine will try to skate it forward. That's interrupted. Demers with speed. Trying to find a move around Carrier as finally goes back in the neutral zone, and Demers will try to fight it off, and Snetsinger will just dump it deep. As it's back to Kruger with a shot. Little pad save by Dobbs. And Carrier will just calm it down and chip it forward. Now with Kruger, who will backhand pass to Reed, and Kruger trying to will it up, and that's interrupted by Gast. And down low is Castine, back to his brother, Austin Castine. And still keeping it in is Mizzou, but that is interrupted by Demers, who finds Eaton. down low. Ian tries to find Snetsinger with a little quick shot, but that goes wide. And Castine will skate it up and try to find a shot on net. He does, but it hits wide. And Eaton will lose it to number 25 for Mizzou, Conroy. And McLeod will just dump it deep and a whistle on the play. As now a face-off back in the Tigers' defensive zone. Because I think that either was a delayed offsides or a possible hand pass to see where the face-off will be taken, as it is right along the UNT bench in the neutral zone with Rutledge on the face-off along with number 8, Gast. As down low is Gast. He'll chip it forward, right to right Perry, who will take a shot. It trickles forward, and Gast will just calm it down and try to find his man as Lamb interrupted and a referee has his arm up. And I believe it is a penalty on Wright Perry. So now the first power play of the night for Mizzou, as that is a hooking call on Wright Perry. So we'll get to see what this Mizzou Tiger power play looks like and see if they can get another goal or if UNT can show up with their penalty kill with Stetzinger and Rudin out there. And Castine will win it back for number 5, Morris. And Mizzou having trouble getting it deep and finding their open guys as Morris will skate it up. That's interrupted by Rudin and Snetsinger, as Morris will try to do the same thing and see if anything can come out top with it as number 23, Driscoll. He'll find Hazelton, who will take a shot. That gets blocked as Hazelton still on the point, down low. As back to Morris. Morris with a shot. Little quick save by Parker as down low is Castine. Castine with a shot on the rebound tip, and Mizzou scores. Castine. Henry. As Henry Castine, the little shot and on his own rebound attempt, got the lone goal off the power play on the Wright Perry hooking call. As Henry Castine led the team last year in points for his squad, so he is one of their top threats tonight and for the weekend, as Lafferty will win it back to Kruger, who will just chip it forward. Here comes Mizzou on a possible rush as Morris finds his man with Jarhala. And down low is number 24 for Mizzou, trying to find something down low as Morris. Morris trying to make a move around Rudin as Carrier keeps it in. Reed's there, and he'll just chip it deep for Cassiapo. And Kruger's there to interrupt as Estes will lead it up, and that's fought off by Reed. Kerrigan on the point. He'll take a shot, and a quick chest save by Parker, who has been playing really good for his team, along with Dobbs on the opposing side. But shots have been in favor of the Mizzou Tigers with 26 shots. As the last 5 minutes, it's been mostly Mizzou with a lot of chances down low, with Henry Castine and his line coming out top as Gas down low. A little chance there by Eplin as Eaton trying to find Demers, and Eplin will just chip it out. Stetzinger finds Demers, and that's fought off by Eplin. Ian with the cross-ice play to Stetzinger. He takes a shot. A glove saved by Dobbs, but he doesn't get all of it as it's back in the corner, and Gas, Demers, and Eaton battle along for it, trying to find possession as Ian comes out top but can't get full control of it, as now is number 14 for Mizzou, Goddard, will lose the foot race to McLeod, who will chip along the glass as Snetsinger trying to find a little spinorama pass to Demers. Ian's there, and no team can get full control of it as finally Gast will become patient with it. He'll dish it out front, but Ian's there. Ian with pressure, and Demers will help his man out as Demers makes another move, gets hit off by number 28 for Mizzou, Jahala. And a face-off back in the UNT, or the Mizzou Tigers defensive zone with Rutledge, Damon, and Lamb out there. We'll see what they can produce as Castine ties up the draw with Rutledge. Damon with a shot. Damon down low in the corner will just sprawl it forward for Reed, but they can't keep it in as Venable will skate it around, trying to wheel it up. He has pressure on him as goes back to Lamb, who will just lose control, and Mizzou will chip it down as Reed's there. Castine on him. Castine with a shot scored. Mizzou Tigers again with another goal, and that is number 10, Henry Castine, who had the other goal this period for the Mizzou Tigers, as he is one of their best players, who is a threat down low, as that was a little quick 5-hole goal by Castine. And now we'll see what UNT can respond with, as the only goal they have this period is Ian's goal earlier, only about 8 seconds in the second period. That caught Dobbs off attention, but so far it's been all Mizzou Tigers. As here's Castine again with a shot, and Parker's there. Castine trying to look for the hat trick as it goes back, and Driscoll will find Kakiapo as Gerfinkel's there. Gerfinkel in the corner, trying to win the foot race. He doesn't, as Reed finds Cunningham. Castine's there, and he'll make a change and dump it deep. And Gas will just do a little shot on Parker, but that's dished along the corner. And Venable will be behind his net and still having trouble with it, as Mizzou still has possession. As Martin's down low. And they finally seem to get it out, but it's still kept in by Mizzou, as now the referee has his arm up. A tripping call. I believe it is on Nick Gerfinkel for the Mean Green, as it's It's 2 minutes for, yes, tripping. So we'll see if the Mean Green penalty kill can fight this one off. The last power play that the Mizzou Tigers had, Castine scored. So we'll see if UNT can respond with a positive penalty kill as Kruger will ice that down and Dobbs is there. Bailey with pressure though, as he's one-on-one with his man with number 24 Estes on him. And here comes number 9 Carroll, who will find his man of Castine, Jacob, as Estes on the top of the circle. Estes with a shot that is wide from Parker. It's in the corner. Here's another shot. And Austin Castine will look for his man, trying to find the open guy. He finds Estes. Estes will look for his man as Castine with another shot down low. Below the bottom of the circle as Estes on the point. Patient with it. Back to Estes. Estes with a shot. It goes wide. Mizzou still keeps it in as Estes and Castine play tic-tac-toe a little bit as is back to Estes. Mizzou with a pretty good power play so far, just can't seem to get anything on net as now it is out of play. A lot of their chances were either wide or deflected, but so far a good penalty kill with 28 seconds left in the Gerfinkel penalty and 2 minutes and 39 seconds left in the second period. With now Henry Castine out there as he is now 2 goals, looking for the hat trick. And Krusica will keep it in. He'll take a shot. That's blocked by Lafferty. Tries to make a move, but can't get it out as Castine's there. Castine with the shot. It goes slightly wide from Parker as Driscoll is there. Back to Driscoll. And Castine finds Morris along the point. And Gerfinkel is out of the box. And now 5-on-5. Castine with another shot on Parker. He likes to do those little 5-hole down low shots. As Castine with another shot and hits the glass and goes wide. Morris barely keeps it in. And Cloud will be there to respond with it and see if he can get it out. As unsuccessful with it is Hazelton on the point. Wraps it around for Krusica. Down low behind the Parker is number 28, 23. And another goal by Mizzou. Number 12, Krusica, off a little play from Castine. Actually, I believe that is Castine's goal. Off a little play from Krusica. That was a 5-on-5 goal and Henry Castine's third of the day. And now it's a 5-3 game with the Tigers leading, now with 29 shots to 20 shots, as they have been all offense, as Eaton will lead it up, and it's deflected by Driscoll out of play with 1 minute and 24 seconds left. UNT trying to start something up with this. Not much left in the second period with Snetzinger's line out there. Went back to Demers. Demers with a shot. Little save by Dobbs off that quick slap shot by Demers. Venable will try to keep it in as Eplin will lead it up one-on-one with Venable. Driscoll will just take a shot to Parker. He can't glove it down all the way as Eplin is there. And the referee will call I believe, a roughing call or roughing call on the play. As I think Eplin is either going to the box or it's gassed. gas going to the box. And now we'll get to see what the first power play for UNT looks like of the day. With Rutledge's line out there with Bailey and I believe Lamb. And Rutledge loses the draw to his man as McLeod will find Bailey. Bailey leads it up. Bailey trying to find something, but can't seem to get a good shot off as Carroll finds number 23, Johala. Another shot on Parker with Johala trying to get something on net. As now we'll have Ian's line out there with Kruger and Reed. We'll see if they can do their little play if Stetzinger wins it back as he wins the draw, but Mizzou still has full possession of it. And Kruger will calm it down behind the net as Ian calls for it. And he'll be patient with it with 45 seconds left in the second period as Stetzinger cross ice to Demers. He'll stop and start and do a little turn. Finds Kruger. Dishes it down for Ian, who can't get full possession of it. And Mizzou will just ice it down as we'll see if Ian's line can do something with it as Estes leads it up for the Tigers, and he makes a move around Reed, but Ian's there on the back check. Estes with a little jab there on Parker, and we'll get a face-off back in the defensive zone for UNT. With Castine out there, who has been a very big contributor to the scoreboard for Mizzou as Ian on the breakaway. Ian with the shot, scored! UNT goal off a little pass from Demers. And Ian with the blocker side, low blocker side goal off that little breakaway attempt. As I believe none of the Mizzou defensemen even saw Ian, who was lurking around. And he gets a little quick shot on Dobbs, and it finds its way in the back of the net. Now a 5-4 game with only 1 second left in the second period. But what a great way to kind of shed some light on the period, as the period is now complete and UNT will try to regroup and see what they can do and see if they can make this a tie game in the third period, as it was all Mizzou it was all both teams going into the second period, but the Tigers seemed to control a lot of the game on the power play and 5-on-5 down low with Castine's line. But the last 20 seconds in the second, Ian got to kind of turn the tables and kind of change the mindset for the players as they head off for the next period. As we'll be back with you in the third period, as this is UNT Hockey on YouTube.
Hello and welcome back to the Children's Health Star Center in Valley Ranch. I'm Dawson Miller and I'll be taking you through the third period of action. It is a 5-4 game between your UNT Mean Green and the Mizzou Tigers Hockey Club. In the second period, Jacob Castine for Mizzou had 3 goals, a full-on hat trick, who was very prominent for the club, and he produced quite a bit of chances for his line and his squad. And for UNT Mean Green, Eric Eaton had 2 goals in the second. His first goal was about 8 seconds in the second period when he had a quick little shot on Dobbs. And then his last goal was with 20 seconds remaining left in the second to kind of change the momentum. It was mostly back and forth action like the first period in the second, but Mizzou came out top with 3 goals to kind of change the momentum. Ian changed it up too as well for UNT as we'll start the third and see what both teams can do to end off the night. As UNT so far this season is 5-3-1. 2 weeks ago they played at DBU and lost both games, but they're looking to change the script and show up this weekend with 2 whole wins against Mizzou, as Mizzou will go out there with Morris's line, as UNT will go with Rutledge's, as Damon and Lamb on the wing, along with Wright Perry and McLeod on defense. As Rutledge wins it back, and that's battled along with McLeod and Hazelton, as Lamb can't seem to find full possession of it, as it's down low with Jahala and McLeod. Back to Estes. He'll find Hazelton, who will dump it deep for his team, and UNT still trying to get it out as Damon. They've been skating it forward, and he'll try to dump it deep, but that hits one of the trainers or players in the Mizzou bench, as he'll try to ice his hand after that one. With now a face-off back in the same spot in the neutral zone with new line for UNT with Snetzinger, Ian, and Demers, who have been on top of it as usual. Snetzinger with a goal in the first period, Demers with his goal in the first, and Eaton with his 2 lone goals in the second. The line has been producing a ton lately with assists and goals nonstop, as now we'll do another face-off back in the Mizzou Tigers defensive zone, as Snetzinger wins it back for Reed. Reed takes a shot. That's blocked by number 25, Conroy. Down low in the corner, Eaton will try to find his man. Is Kruger with a shot. That's deflected. Goes wide. Down low in the corner is Snetzinger and Ian. Ian trying to find Demers, but it goes back to Kruger. Kruger with a shot. And it's blocked out in front of Dobbs. And here comes number 23 for Mizzou. He'll take a shot on Parker, as that was Jahala, who made a little move around Kruger, trying to find that glove side finish. But Parker said no. As now we'll do a new face-off with Lafferty's line out there, and he'll go against number 9, Carroll. Carroll wins it back. A shot. That's gloved down or blocked down by Parker. His down low is number 7, Cole Gast. Gast can't seem to find Carroll, as Lafferty will pivot and
find Venable. Venable finds Rudine. And Rudine lost control, and Driscoll sent it out of play, as we'll now do a face-off back in the Mizzou Tigers defensive zone. We'll see if UNT can make this a 5-5 game and get on the board, as Lafferty wins it to Venable. He has trouble with it, and his teammate Rudine helps him out. It's back in the neutral zone, and both teams will go back and forth with it. And finally, Mizzou will just dump it down and try to win the foot race. Venable's there, and they'll try to chip it along the blue line to get it out of pressure. Venable trying to chip it out again as Lafferty is there. Lafferty having trouble with it. Finally, they get it out as Driscoll and Carroll touch up for the icing, as Lafferty's line will have to stay out there for the icing call, and Mizzou will change up and see if they can produce some offense. As the referee will discuss with Estes on the draw with Castine out there, who has been a very key member for the Mizzou Hockey Club, with 28 points in 22 games last season. And this season, he's been doing pretty well, as so far as a hat trick tonight. As along the corner is Crucica. He'll find Castine. Castine with the wraparound, scored. Castine with another one. And that is now a 6-4 game, as now he has 4 goals on the board. Castine has been very recognizable tonight. And now we'll see if the Mean Green can respond and make this a different hockey game, as Parker will glove down that one. And we'll do a face-off back in the UNT defensive zone. With Hooker and Goddard on the draw. And Eplin will take a shot, and we'll restack and do another face-off. Goddard and Hooker. A little quick change, though, for UNT, as we get Snetsinger's line out there, as we'll see if they can try to produce some offense and maybe get a goal on the board to make this a 6-5 hockey game, as Mizzou dumps it down. Number 13, Rom, is there. Rom trying to look for his man. He finds Kakiapo as he loses control of it, and Demers finds Stetzinger. Stetzinger with a little backhand touch on Dobbs. It trickles back to Kruger. Kruger with a slap shot, and that is saved down by Dobbs. Demers again on top of the circle. He still has possession of it, and he takes a little quick shot on Dobbs. And Kruger gets it again, but he'll just do a little quick wrist shot, and Dobbs will glove that down. Some good little chances for Stetzinger's line so far, who have all had goals tonight, with Snetzinger having one, Demers having one, and Ian having 2 in the second. Stetzinger wins back to Kruger. He'll take a shot, and that's blocked out front by Morris. And here's number 23, Jahala, tries to make a move. And Stetzinger just flips it forward, and Demers can't win the foot race against Hazleton, and that'll be a face-off back in the UNT defensive zone. As always, we would like to thank all of y'all watching and listening to tonight's game on YouTube. We'd appreciate, as always, if you liked, shared, and subscribed to our channel as we play this game. As Ian tries to win the foot race. Ian on a breakaway. Can he win it? Ian with a shot and no goal, as I believe that either hit the post or almost trickled in. As UNT has been doing the same little play all night with a face-off in the defensive zone. They'll get it back to Kruger, and he'll find Eaton, possible on a foot race breakaway attempt, as they like shocking Dobbs and getting him off guard. As Stetzinger wins it back to Kruger, it gets blocked wide, and the Murs trying to follow up with something, but he can't capitalize. As Morris with a shot. That's a quick little glove save by Parker. And UNT will change with Cunningham's line out there. And he'll face off with Morris. Morris wins it back to Hazleton. Hazleton with a shot, and that's saved down by Parker, who has been really stellar tonight on the point shots and deflections. But down low, it's been very hard because Mizzou likes those down low plays. There's another shot by Hazleton. Morris below the goal line. Can't seem to find Hazleton, as Cunningham can't get all of it, as Driscoll will see if he can will it up for his club. And another hit on Gerfinkel. I believe that'd probably be an interference call, as an elbowing call, as Gerfinkel didn't even have what seems to be possession of the puck. And Hazleton just skated the puck up and elbowed him right in the face. Gerfinkel will try to skate that one off and be all right for his next shift, as now it's a power play for the Mean Green. We'll see if they can light it up with this one and make this a closer game than it already is, with Snetzinger on the draw against Carroll. Snetzinger ties it up, and Mizzou will ice it down, and Kruger will stop and see his options. He'll find Eaton, who can't get all of it as it hits off his skate and goes all the way down, as Estes sends it all the way back to Parker, and no team can get full possession of it, as here's Demers, who will lead it up. Carroll's there. He'll flip it out, and a minute and 15 seconds left in the power play for UNT on the elbowing call on Hazleton, as UNT just can't find that open guy and stop and get something on net on Dobbs, as Ian will now wheel it up with speed. Ian around Estes. Ian with a shot. And a snazzy glove save by Dobbs, as the first shot that UNT has had on the power play. They just seem to not find that spark, but we'll see if Lafferty's line can do something with 45 seconds left in the penalty kill, or in the power play, as McLeod can't seem to keep it in, but he'll regroup, and they'll see if they can lead it in, as Rudine down low in the corner. He gets hit off by Estes, and here comes the big man for Mizzou, Carroll. He gets hit off by Wright Perry, and that'll kill off most of the time of this power play as Cloud finds Rudine, and that's an icing, as I don't believe Rudine went past the red line, and they'll have to restart back in their defensive zone with only 9 seconds left in the Hazleton elbowing call. Castine will tie it up with Lafferty. Castine's had a very recognizable and well-known game. Now here's McLeod with Hazleton out of the box. 5-on-5 action for both teams as Hazleton with a shot and a clean save for Parker off that little quick snapshot from Hazleton. Mizzou now has 40 shots on goal compared to 28 for the Mean Green, with 12:31 left in the third period. It's been a very back and forth game, but Mizzou seems to have a lot. As another shot by Gass off the face-off, and Parker will lay on that and glove it down. As now they'll repeat, and Carroll will try to repeat and do the same thing with Gast, but Rutledge comes out top, wins it to Reed, who can't find his winger. As Driscoll and his partner will restart with it, as Gass will lead it up. Gass with a move around Reed. It's a little bit of something on Parker, but nothing to capitalize on, as another shot blocked by Damon off the shot from Martin. As Carroll will make some moves in the neutral zone, and he'll stay on side, and Venable's there to battle along the corner with Carroll and Martin. Below the goal line, here's Gass. Gass with a shot scored. Mizzou with another one on Parker, which makes this a 7-4 game. Gass had a goal earlier in the first period. He had the first goal of the game for Mizzou. And they make this a 3-goal lead with 11:34 left in the third period. UNT needs to do something to stop this and just at least get a goal on the board and change the way that things are looking, as Ian finds Setzinger. Setzinger with a shot on Dobbs. That's patted away as Eplin and Gast will skate it up. Austin Gast, as his other brother just scored, Cole Gast. Both of them have been very recognizable tonight on the board, as Demers takes a shot, and that goes wide. Estes is there along the corner. Demers again. Demers with a shot, and a chest save for Dobbs. Now 30 shots on net for UNT. And a line change for Mizzou with Morris's line out there. We'll see if Eaton can show some magic on the ice and find the back of the net, as Kruger almost whiffs on the shot but keeps it alive, luckily. And Demers finds Ian. Ian with a shot, and that's a save by Dobbs. Ian on the little rebound attempt, but Dobbs had full possession of it. Demers with a little good pass right in the slot for Eaton. Both of them are always on the same page, but they couldn't seem to find the back of the net on that chance. Demers used to play for the Dallas Stars Elite Hockey Club, who used to play out of Valley Ranch, who was a very key component of that organization and that team that he was on, as Kruger and his man get tied up, and I believe that was Morris who hit the net and almost ran into Parker. No penalty on the play, as now it's a face-off back in the neutral zone with Morris on the draw with Lafferty. Lafferty, a senior for UNT, who played or not last season because there was no season because of COVID restrictions, but played 2 years ago for UNT. As Rudine trying to find Bailey, but that will be an icing, and it will go all the way down back by Parker for another faceoff. With Morris and Lafferty will redo it again, and it's tied up with number 25 for Mizzou, Conroy, with a shot, and that's a little save by Parker, who's been doing great saves along the top of the circles and the points, but down low, Mizzou just seems to be too quick with it, with the tic-tac-toe and the wraparound attempts that they have been doing, as they've been very successful on keeping the puck in and deep and making Parker move left to right. So that is another shot by the Tigers on Jacob Castine, who his brother and him have been key contributors of this organization for a while. Last season, they both had plenty of points, with Henry and Jacob having 20-plus points in 22 games last season for the Mizzou Tigers. And it's been on full display tonight, as Henry Castine has been very, very recognizable for the club, as McLeod will spin around in the corner. Castine's on him, and that gets flipped on the netting, and we'll restack for another face-off back with a line change with Ian's line out there. We'll see if they can make a little flip play and try to see if Ian can get a possible 2-on-1 or breakaway attempt, as the referee is signaling something. With 9:29 left in the third period. Seems to be resolved and will continue, as Hazelton and Krusica will talk to the officials, and we'll have a face-off outside the neutral zone with Cassian and Stetzinger, as it's kind of tied up and Krusica's there. He'll try to find Castine, and that is stole off by Snetzinger, and that is interrupted by Hazelton. Hazelton with a shot. Blocker saved by Parker. And they battle along, and it gets kept in by Driscoll. Driscoll with the shot. Hits the glass. And along the corner is Snetzinger. He'll flip it out for Demers, but Driscoll or Hazelton gets all of it. Back to Kruger. He'll do a little 360 spin off Castine. And they fight along with it. Castine down low. He'll become patient with it. Little back pass to his brother. Back to number 12, Krusica. Mizzou doing a good job all night of keeping possession by Parker. But UNT doing a good job on blocking shots from the point. But Mizzou has been very lethal on keeping the puck in and gaining possession as Demers trying to win the foot race. He does. Eaton going with them along with Stetzinger. Little miscommunication there as I think Demers was trying to do a little back pass to Snetzinger as Krusica makes a move around right. Perry, Krusica with a shot scored. Tigers with another goal off a little shifty toe drag move for Krusica. And that is now a 8-4 game for Mizzou leading, as that is Krusica's second goal of the night. As that was a very shifty goal on the toe drag move on Parker. As here is Cole Gast. He'll find Carroll. Carroll with a shot. He gets blocked by McLeod. And Lamb feeding it up for Rutledge. Rutledge wins the foot race against Carroll. Damon down low as well. And Mizzou will just send it forward, and McLeod will dump it deep for UNT as they wrap it around. Right, Perry's there to rim it forward. As Carroll trying to get it out. Hooker's there. And here's Martin. Martin loses his stick and it's hit down by Damon. Martin's still kind of having possession of it. Here's Cole Gast. Gast making a move. He does, but can't get all of it as Carroll's on the follow-up. Carroll, cross ice for Kakiepo. Kakiepo with a shot. And Martin on the rebound couldn't get a full handle on it. As below the goal line they battle for it as Kakiepo trying to do a little pass to Carroll, but it's not strong enough. And Hooker will lead it out for UNT. He'll do a little backhand shovel on Dobbs. They battle along and see who can get full possession as it's sent all the way down to Reed. D to D to Venable. And Venable will will it forward and just send it to all the way to Dobbs. The big man Carroll will wheel it up with speed. Little move down there is Gast. Reed's there to interrupt. Reed willing it. He'll find Cunningham. But that's caught off by the big body of Carroll. And Gast gets tripped up, but no penalty on the play as Eplin is there. He'll find his man with Gast down low. Austin Gast. Eplin still below Parker. Feeds it forward. And another goal by the Mizzou Tigers. Number 14, Goddard, with his first of the night. A very down low, shifty play by Goddard and the Gast brothers. As now it is a 9-4 game. Parker very frustrated after that one. A lot of miscommunication going on for the Mean Green Hockey Club. And now a goalie change for Parker as number 1 for UNT, Villarreal will come in for the last 5 minutes. I think Parker was just done with that performance as he did play really well, but Mizzou was just too strong down low, finding the open man as here's Rutledge. 5 minutes left in the third period. He'll spin off a check from Hazelton. For Dean's down there as well. They battle along, and the referee will whistle it down for an apparent reason. I believe it was either a hand pass, as now face off outside of the blue line with Lafferty and Rudine out there. Lafferty trying to win it back. He does to McLeod, who shovels it forward for Rudine. Battles along with his man of Jahala. Morris tries to spin away from Wright Perry off the check. UNT trying to do a little bit of a physical touch as they are down now by considerable margins. With now Hazelton leading it up. Hazelton starts as a little spin move. He gets a follow-up shot, but doesn't hit the net. That's blocked by Wright Perry. Sent around is Estes there to keep it in for the Tigers, and Rudine trying to find Ian on the breakaway as his second goal was a breakaway attempt on both of them. But UNT just can't seem to find the back of the net this period. Getting a lot of chances, but Mizzou is having more puck possession time overall. As now we'll have Venable send it forward. Driscoll finds his man of Castine. The two brothers out there for their club is Henry Castine trying to chip it forward. He still has possession of it, finds his brother, but it's intercepted by Venable. Venable trying to find a open Demers on a possible breakaway attempt, but that's cut short. Demers gets it again, back to Snetzinger. He'll stop and start and try to find a Eric Eaton in the middle of the ice, who's had a very good performance for the team, as Castine with another shot, and that's a save by Villarreal. Down low is Venable and Krusica. Castine helps out and can't keep it in as Ian with speed. Ian trying to do something for his club as he gets it back to Kruger. Kruger with a shot. That's fought off by Dobbs, and Ian on the possible rebound, but can't get all of it. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third period. As Snetzinger makes a move back to Demers. Demers with a shot. Here on the rebound from the Demers attempt. And it's lobbed forward, and Kruger will settle down, and they will send it down all the way for an icing, as Snetzinger's line can't change as they look really tired and exhausted. With Carroll's line out there. They tie up, and it's Carroll with Gas down low. Gas behind the net. Gas with the wraparound attempt. Gets two jabs at it, but Villarreal saves that one down and doesn't want to make this a 10-4 game. And we'll do another face-off in the defensive zone with Carroll and Lafferty on Bailey and Radine on the wings. Carroll wins it for Gast. Cole Gast sends it to his man, trying to find an open Carroll in front of Villarreal in the slot, and that's glove down. Mizzou now with 51 shots off a lot of chances in the second and third period. It was a very back and forth game going into this period, but it's been all Tigers the last 10 minutes of play. McLeod will try to chip it forward, but that's interrupted by Martin, who takes a shot, goes wide. Along the boards is Carroll, who can't seem to find a shot on net, and McLeod tries to wheel it up, and Gass is there. And Estes will settle down and see what he can do with not much time left in the third period. As Estes and Bailey battle along with it. As Estes comes out on top, he'll will it up with a minute left in the third. Estes with a shot scored. Another goal by the Mizzou Tigers as that wheel up goal by Estes makes this a 10-4 game. That was the first goal that Villarreal has let in since he traded places with Parker. 5 minutes left in the third. UNT plays Mizzou tomorrow at 12 o'clock as we welcome all of y'all to come out and support the Mean Green. And if not, you can always tune in with us on YouTube, which if you do, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends as we'll see if they can bounce back and maybe go to the drawing board and kind of see what they need to do to make this a different hockey game for tomorrow, as it was a back and forth game going into the third, but it went one-sided once the third period hit. As now 5 seconds left in the third, and Hazleton will just kill off the clock, and a Mizzou win 10-4. A disappointing loss for UNT as they were, back and forth with the Tigers, but we'll see what they can do tomorrow at 12 and if they can change the way things were and change their defensive play down low, as most of the Mizzou Tigers goals were backdoor, back slot, and wraparound attempts. So we'll see what they can do tomorrow as Parker will shake hands with some of the players and both teams will exit the ice. So if we can't see you tomorrow, then y'all should join us here on YouTube. UNT Hockey is the channel. Click like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And we'll see what both hockey teams can do tomorrow, as it'll be an exciting game, to say the least, as this is Dawson Miller on UNT Hockey on YouTube.